I'm sitting here catfishing on the river by myself. Well, not really catfishing. I can feel a little flathead and nibbling. Can't get him on the hook. Make me think about the old days. Back about 30-some years ago, I was about 14, 15. Thinking about going visiting people. Going coon hunting with my stepdaddy and his brothers, cousins and stuff. You know, back when it was important to people. You went to visit somebody at their house, they turned the TV off or stop what he's doing because it was important to hear what you had to say. And they was always glad to see you. It ain't like it now. Spent a lot of time on this river as a teenager. Seemed like it's the only place I ever had any peace. I'm almost 47 years old. It's the same way now. I remember coon hunting along this old river, through Rich Valley, different places. I remember one time, I think it was about 1984, probably at the end of November, beginning of December, we was hunting up in Rich Valley. Dogs got on something. They went across the river. I was hunting with my stepdaddy John and his brother George. They're two of the best people I ever met in my life. They something went across that river. We thought it was a big old coon. The dogs busted across. And I'm going to tell you something, it was cold. There was ice along the edge of that river. And nobody wanted to go after them dogs. George wanted to go. You know, and I was like, what the hell? I said, let's go. Me and him waded over waist deep across that river. Got to the other side, we found where them dogs was treed. Instead of a coon, it was a big old possum. And somehow or another, George caught that thing. It went down in a hole, and I think he went down in the hole, dug it out and got it. It played possum, he put it in a burlap sack. And he left me on that side of the river with it on a sack on my back to go get John and Cecil and the rest of them. Because the dogs had took off and they was after something on that side of the river again. And I was sitting there in the dark, and that coon decided, that possum decided not to play possum no more. Started crawling up my back. And it was a monster. And here comes some of the dogs. They decided that they wanted that possum that was in that sack on my back. That was a fun time in my life. I never had so much fun hunting with John Griffey, his brother George, Doodle, his uncle John Henry, all of his nephews, cousins and stuff. We sure would had a time. Them times is long gone now. Yeah, I used to love to go coon hunting with John's brother William Griffey and William's boys. It wasn't so much about hunting. I didn't care too much. It was fun getting a coon or something. I just liked going with them. You know, when I was a teenager, mainly just for when they sit and decide to take a smoke break for a while. They'd look around where we was at and remember back when they was young and their kids was young, and you know, we'd walk past a big old field that they worked, plowed that field and raised a field of tobacco or whatever, or an old home place where they lived when they was first married, or when they was little, a place where their daddies or grandpas had worked the fields all their life. We just sat there in the dark while they smoked a cigarette. We just sat there and listened to them talk.